It was good stuff. Hello, CQ. Hello, CQ. Good evening, all y'all. This is the Panhandle Traffic and Emergency Net for the 20th day of May, 2026. We gather here daily to pass.
The one in just outside of Sioux City, Iowa. And an old friend of mine from truck driving days lives outside of St. Louis, 810. That was really cool. He said, "Man, is that really you?" So 80 watts and a little vertical, and that's really good content. So that kind of tickled me pink. As you guys all know, the topic of discussion around here lately has been the big event this weekend. Jim and Pam are coming out with their camp trailer and a load of ribs from Rio Rancho. They'll be here tomorrow night. And then the wife and I, Jim and Pam, are going to go out and celebrate Pam's birthday, which was a couple weeks ago. We couldn't get it up there for it this year. And then Friday, the big cookout for anybody coming over to spend the night. That'll be at the RV park west of Clovis. And then, of course, Saturday morning, we'll be serving Foxy burritos, pastries, coffee, and drinks. And then get the show started. Got a lot of stuff lined up, a lot of folks coming in. Holy cow. Even got one little boy bringing a trailer for us on Friday, so I'll get him down to the building and get him all set up. So looks like a good time. Sure be good to see all y'all. And we're kind of intertwining a bunch of folks from the Panhandle Traffic Emergency Net, the Roadrunner Net, the Ratchet Jaw Club, and the Breakfast Club, and Early Bird. So we're bringing folks in from a whole bunch of different nets. It's really do a lot of fun stuff. If anybody needs any fill on that QST, just let me know. Let's see, I think I need to get Bryce in here real quick because he's got to skedaddle to the school, I presume. K5GRQ.
K5GRQ on the Panhandle Traffic and Emergency at K5GRQ. Here the foot of Rabbit Ear Mountain, 39 and 68, and that 68 did not last very long. And it's already back down to 60. It's cooled off, it's overcast. All those rain chances are dwindling, so I was getting excited for nothing. Anyway, no, Christine is home, and her fiance. So they're visiting for Mercy. They paid promotion tomorrow. So I do need to go and actually be with the family. So we've got all 4 kids at home, plus the almost son-in-law. That's fun. We're looking forward to seeing you guys Saturday, 7:30, and we'll catch you guys later. K5, you on K5GRQ.
All right, good on you. Well, hello to all the Victor gang up north and the almost son-in-law. I'm sure we'll get to meet him there eventually. All righty, Bryce. Looking forward to you having the Victor gang down here Saturday morning. Let me see. I still think I forgot something. Anyway, we do have a number 13. Charlie was in and out. We do have a number 13. So let me run over here to Corrales and see if Larry can hear me. K5DQI, you're number 13. You move to the front of the list, sir. Okay, very good, Larry. What was you said about Ellis? Did you make a comment about IFS? Yeah, it's dying on the vine. Tom resigned. He was just a fill-in for 1 month, but he went off to school somewhere. G-Man is still responsible for it. They said they might not have net control Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and nobody stepped up to help out. I do have the call signs and the paperwork here.
But it's not the roster I would use because it's a computer-generated one, so,
They said they'll have net control Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Nobody for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Pretty sad situation there. There you go. Well, I would do it, but with those thunderstorms and the lightning we're getting out here, this time of year won't work. Might during the winter, and I'll help out when I can, but not with all the other nets I got anyway. Okay, Larry. And I'll give Alice a call and bring him up to date. Thanks again, everybody. Okay, that was number 13. Now let me get back up here and get our unofficial but now official gather up and right. That's none other than KD4OBQ. Pat, thanks for making a good hand there, okay?
All right, Smitty. Well, appreciate you calling that tonight. Not too much going on here. I think I'm going to head upstairs and grab a bite to eat. I don't know what I'm going to have yet, but it don't matter. Other than that, what was it? 55 and 64. Not much of a differential, that's for sure, but at least the wind's not been blowing so hard. Hope everybody has a good evening. Take care. 7-3 Kilo Delta 4 Oscar Bravo, Quebec.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I got up this morning. It was 50, dropped down to 44. Did get up to 63, but it's been cloudy with a cool breeze all day long. It was pretty nice outside if you're dressed right, but I went out there in my shorts to get the mail, and that was not a good thing to do. I had to move pretty quick. It was worth it. My QST magazine come in. Thanks, Pat. And the other station that helped right there at the beginning is K5NOC. Corey, good evening.
Yeah, Roger, Kilo 5, November Oscar Charlie here in Amarillo. Looks like we started off the day with 47 degrees and topped out about 68. Over at work, we had one of our towers got hit by the fires in Michigan State, but we got that figured out. Not a whole lot going on here. Just we plan on going over to the Clovis Hymn Fest, so we're going to check that out Saturday. I think Adair, Raymond, W5RAW, and 580W, and myself, we're going to go over there and check that out. So, anyways, a lot here. It's just running that, and we'll turn it back over to you from Kilo 5 November Oscar Charlie.
Okay, are you listening to yourself remotely? You had an echo and reverb sound the whole time you were talking.
Yeah, Roger. That's probably my fault. I had a audio monitor turned on. I didn't realize the mic was picking it up that well, but it sounded like it was. So, anyways, not running a toy box here. Sorry about that. We'll get it figured out. Kilo 5, November Oscar Charlie.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. I understood everything you said, so I heard everything twice. Okay, Corey, no problem. Hey, it'd be good to get you guys down here. And a lot of the Amarillo guys have showed up over the years, but make sure you come up and introduce yourself, especially if you're not wearing the name tags, because all the different nets that people are coming in from. I'm going to have my eggs scrambled. I'm not sure who everybody is, even though I know they know them. So, and age has got a lot to do with that too. Thanks, Corey. I'll see you there Saturday morning. Let's see, Tulia, Texas. Only one Brian tonight. This will be easy to keep track of. K5TUE.
There you go, K5TUE. Yeah, it sounded like Corey had his SDR on and echoing in the background there. It sounded like he was in a stadium or something, announcer at a racetrack or something. Anyway, haven't heard that in a while. I remember back in the CB days, some of us had echo boxes. You remember that? I'm sure you do. All right, hey, I was messing around with a little bit of that digital radio today, the bits and bytes, and heard a guy on one of the Kansas City Wide coming in from Iceland, running a net from Iceland. We call it the North Atlantic net. There's very little RF involved in the digital stuff, but there's some, I guess. And, but yeah, the guy was running the net from Iceland. So I listened to that for a little while. That was different. Not a whole lot else. We did get a smidgen of rain. I barely called it a smidgen. Back to you, Smitty, K5 Kiwi.
Hey, let me ask you about the Iceland operator. Did you happen to get his name and call sign?
It's a weird call. It's like TT0. I have to go look it up. His first name is Guy, but it's short for Gustafson or something like that.
Okay. Because, you know, one of our cannon soldiers down
Your
here,
KK5LM is up there until November. I think he comes home from midterm in June. But he's
one of the cannon fellows up there, Master Sergeant, had to pull a year remote. And he's at, well, I can't pronounce the name of the base, but he used to be called Thule, Greenland, so I thought maybe it was Lauren. He's quite radioactive, and a few of the guys have worked him on ST8 down here. All right,
good deal. Glad you made that. I enjoyed 10 meters on the continent here myself.
Okay, let's see. Uncle Charlie was next, but Charlie, are you there by chance? Okay, Charlie and his missus are coming down this weekend. He's my dog in the background. He's actually called me 3 or 4 times on the phone. He's coming down. Hey, we'll look for Uncle Charlie. Let's see. And I got a car that we are going to have handicap parking out front of the clubhouse too. I need to pass that around to a few folks that might have a little trouble getting into the building. Let's see, where am I at? Oh, Alan. Hey, well, good morning. Let's talk to a Curry County operator, NM5SP.
K5EOT and M5SP. Well, good evening, Smitty. Good to hear you on the airwaves again, and glad you're in there. Good to hear the other gentlemen. Well, it was just a normal day around there. Just this, that, and something else. We got some stuff done for the church. We had to come down on Main Gold Plateau. Got that done. That's why I did a couple things, and there you go. Next thing you know, the day is nearly over. So, but it was a good day. And good to see you over at Crime Stoppers. Anyhow, you guys have a good evening, and we'll look for the same group tomorrow over here on this net. Thanks, Smitty. NM5SP.
Okay, very good. Very good. Yeah. Well, I just nice to have lunch with you, but not eat. And I got to meet the new members, and Crime Stoppers is doing real well here. I'm proud of the group for what they've done. And I hope the new members can give a little input, too. Give Mom a hug and the fur babe, and we'll catch you here in a little bit. I don't know if Jeff is going to hear me because...
Jeff, you coming?
Yes, Jeff, it's your turn.
Oh, well, we got 61 degrees. Back to
Okay, Jeff. Well, I heard you pretty good. I didn't know if you were going to hear me or not. Thanks for the relay, Brian. And this poor dog of mine, she's raising a fit in the background. She's not hers, but she just don't like being on the call at 2 weeks. Sounds like a baby crying. Yeah, I'll get him straight. Now, he wants to play is what he wants to do. KP5 BLW. Steve, there's a rumor you're coming down here. I'll look for a guy that looks real comfortable in his bibs. Go ahead.
Roger. K5UOT, this is KB5VOW. Yes, sir, I am going to wear my normal formal attire, which is bib overalls, and I do own 2 tuxedos and a nice business suit, but those are mostly for being married or buried. And so I'll wear what I'm comfortable with, and I do plan on being there. And my son Marty, again, is planning on accompanying me, and possibly 1 or 2 or 3 grandchildren who have their tickets now might show up. I don't know for sure which one ones can and which ones can't come, but we're sure planning on it. We started out at 41 degrees this morning and made it up to 70 degrees, and the wind was blowing, but not horribly hard, and it was actually pretty nice out this afternoon. If you were kind of sheltered out of the wind, it was pretty good, and so I did spend a little time outside, and that's really, I ain't done nothing today. So that's about it. Thank you much for calling that this evening, and thank you to Pat for rounding us up. 7-3 off KB5 VOW.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You might have been here for the tailgate when Jim and I were dressed the same. Were you here for that one? And quite a few folks got both of us mixed up.
Roger. And in fact, your lovely wife approached me from behind and called me honey. And so I have never forgotten that.
Well, you do remember she walked up to Jim and was going to swat him on the butt when somebody it dawned on her that wasn't me, Roger.
Well, that's so much fun.
Okay, well, Jim and I are going to wear on their Boxy twin outfits again, so you can probably watch people get us confused. We'll wear the proper name tag, but we're both going to wear our bibs and red shirts, and that's so much fun getting... well, of course, we do look like we could be brothers. All right, we better quit babbling and get down here and get Brett. Let's see if we can get a giggle out of Brett when he's over here Saturday. N5SQK, over.
Roger. I'm always looking for a good giggle. I don't get near enough chuckles, it doesn't seem like these days, so I'm always proud to find one. Anyway, my plans are to be there Saturday, as I said earlier, so I look forward to seeing you there, Brother Smitty. 50 K5UOT N5SQK, I better not forget that part. 52 and 62 degrees around here. Not just a whole lot of reports. I guess the high point of my day was I got to try out a new auto mechanic. So there's an auto shop over in Crosbyton that I go by. I just can't tell you how many times going back towards Lubbock, And this place has always got a lot of vehicles sitting around it. And I think, my gosh, he must be a good mechanic. He never lack of work over there. And anyway, but I asked several people. I said, that outfit in Crosbyton, his name is M&W, but I said, anything, have you ever used those guys? And I just thought, if he's a decent mechanic, that's sure a lot easier than going to Lubbock, having to haul vehicles over there and drop them off. Crosbyton's about half the distance for me. And, I finally found somebody that had used them for kind of an off-the-wall deal on a diesel box truck. And, boy, he just bragged on how good those guys were over there. So, anyway, I was having a little trouble with one of my trucks. It's throwing a code and going in to reduce power, and just the middle of tracks coming on. And we messed with it a little bit, did a couple of easy things and tried them, but that didn't fix it. But anyway, so I talked to this guy over here, and he says, "Oh, yeah, bring it on over." He said, We'll get something fixed on it. So we carried it over this morning, made a little trip over there and came back. And I hadn't heard nothing from him. He said it'd take a day or two to even get to it. I don't doubt it from the number of vehicles he had. But anyway, that's the deal from around here. Nothing exceptional. I'll let you guys know how it turns out. Who knows? You might need a good mechanic. And these days, if you can find one and the price is reasonable, it's probably worth driving 100 miles. But I sure am tired of taking vehicles to Lubbock. K5UOT, Smitty, back to net, N5SQK.
Yeah, okay, Brett. I need the ID anyway. K5UOT, because I missed my 10 pass. Well, it might cost you a little bit more to get it done there, but you'll probably save that in fuel, especially if you're burning diesel. I hope that works out for you. Now, there's a lot of mechanic shops here in town, and they'll all tell you do good work. You need to find their customers and find out. If they got a 2-star rating out of 5, you probably don't want to go there. A couple of the real good ones that were run by retired military people, they've already closed up. They made their money, and they're off playing in the sand somewhere. Thank you, Brett. Appreciate it. Hey, looky here. There's N5LUL. Brad, comments tonight, over.
Okay, thanks, Matty. K5UOTN, the group. This is N5LUL. Well, I do plan on being down there again this year. Bring this, that, the other things with me. But I don't think whatnot. I'll probably stir up something else to bring along. That probably had one of those breaking careers. Some serious one for me. Anyway, don't have much else. Turn back. N5LUL.
Oh, very good. Very good. Well, we're getting 40 of them cut in half this time. We're going to save the person buying it a little bit of money, make them a deal on a half. And of course, you know how big those burritos are. They're big around his arm. And a breakfast pastry and a cup of coffee for a pretty decent price. So we've got to make our money back on that. And the lunch is all free afterwards. All right, you got to look forward to seeing you again this year. That's really good stuff. Anybody else need to get in here before I go talk to Ray and Steve? Anybody else?
KB5FWD.
Hey, there's that friendly white dude. Can you stick around, Doug?
Roger.
You the man. You're number 15 on the call list tonight. How about that? N5ZRW, Mr. Ray, you coming down Saturday?
Well, good evening, Smitty, and the rest of it is N5ZRW. Well, I plan to, if nothing happens around here, yes, sir, I plan to go over there and visit with a whole bunch of my friends there. Anyway, 7331, this is N5ZRW.
All righty. Sounds like almost everybody's checking in tonight. I know Pat's got to work, and that's a bummer, but I think everybody else planning on being here. So, good God, it's going to be a gathering of the Panhandle Traffic Net. That's going to be great. We got a professional photographer coming. I'll see if I can get just the Panhandle group off for some pictures. By the way, the American Radio Relay, we will have a photographer there, and they're going to try to do a write-up on it. So we'll see how that works. We just found that out yesterday. Sorry about the dog. He is not hurt, by the way. Good Lord. KC5BJB, Steve, bail me out.
Oh, good evening to you and Mary both there, Smitty. And good evening to all on the Panhandle Traffic and Emergency Net. K5UOT, KC5BJB, through La Rosa, where today it's low and hot. And it's had to go in and get a top years. Now, you look what you get in Amahora, and they said Philip at 8:15. This railroad license at 8:15. Boy, things have changed in the last 10 years. Back to you there, Smitty.
Well, that's better than most of the stories I hear get out of MVD. Of course, I'm right around the corner from the Motor Vehicle Department here, is that block away from me. And even living this close, I got to have an appointment. But we'll go to Melrose. I was told to go to Tucumcari, but we need to go to Melrose or Port Tallis to get that done. They're not requiring an appointment, which I think is BS, by the way. So I hate. It's bad enough trying to make doctor's appointments, let alone MVD. All righty, buddy. Take care. I think you got a road trip coming up this weekend, Roger.
Yeah, I wish I could make it up there. Thanks much for picking me up. KC5UOT.
All righty, brother. Take care. Congrats on the new license. Hey, get out there and drive safe. KB5FWD, Southside Curry County. Dougal?
Well, Smitty, thanks for getting me. K5UOT, KB5FWD. Good evening to all the people out here. Let's see here. Not much going on. Sun looks like it might, the sun. I think the sun is going to go down. It's been hidden most of the day. It come up for a split second and went back in earlier. But anyway, it's nice and cool outside, so I think I'll go out and sit for a little bit. Thanks for getting me here, Smitty. K5UOT, KB5FWD.
All righty, buddy. Well, I hope you can find a spot outside out of the wind. Is it still out of the southeast down there?
Oh, I'm sure it is. If it's not, if I can't get out of the wind, I'll sit in the RV.
I give you that camping effect. Well, I know it's still got to be out of the southeast because our humidity is still at 66%. And that's almost unbelievable in this country. All righty, buddy. Give Deb a hug, and you guys have a good night. Well, it's K5UOT in the Panhandle Traffic and Emergency Net. Good God, we've had 15 check-ins here tonight, and I got about 4 minutes before we need to bail, turn it over to the other folks. But if anybody wants to stop by and say hello, give me a call. Okay, NQST. Any of you fellows coming in need the call frequency for the repeater down here? It's on QST and on the website. Anybody need the call-in frequency? Right by Jove. And I think everybody knows our new address over there. So if not, get on the repeater. We'll give you it's right in the downtown area. It's real easy to find. Well, God bless you all. Happy trails. Pat, thanks again for rounding them up. And we're looking forward to talking to you guys tomorrow night and shaking a whole bunch of hands there Saturday morning. K5UOT going to relinquish the frequency at 26 and a half past the hour. Turn the frequency back to regular amateur use. Good evening, guys.
Big signal now. See you later. Thanks, K5TUE.
Well, see, I need you these big guns to key up and keep the air straightened out for me, Roger.
Yeah, we had to knock down the particles in the way, the air molecules that were in the way.
Yeah. Let's see, I'm attenuated, and you're still 20 over 9, Roger.
Oh man, you're up to 10 over, almost 20 over here. So we just need to have the net a little later. All right, thanks, K5TUE.
Yeah, we're getting ready to run into the VHF-UHF net here in Clovis, so they come out at 6:30 our time. All right, thank you, buddy. See you this weekend. K5UOT.
Yep, past 20 over now. K5TUE.
Gotta love it. All righty, Corey, come up, shake my hand, remind me who you are. It'll take a second for the light bulb to come on, but I'll remember. Roger.